Yeah.
Hi, my name is Uche Chukubaka, and this is a BC Unique Group Case Study 2, and we're here to present or have a very summarized discussions on Startup Amsterdam report findings and a recommendation. I would start with the overview or introduction of Startup Amsterdam. What or who is Startup Amsterdam? When was this established? Startup Amsterdam was established in 2015. And who or what are they? What do they do? So, Startup Amsterdam serves as a center or as a hub for startups, scale ups, or entrepreneurs. It serves as a push up, as a ground, as a middle ground where they are get assistance in being propelled to success, in which they are being prepared for the global market. Startup Amsterdam is one of the um, innovative programs. Like I said, it's being used as a center, as an axis for small scale ups, for entrepreneurs, for small businesses. This is more like a foundational ground for them, or for it's an avenue where they are they are prepared, where they go through a lot of different um, different where they go through different things that are put in place for them to succeed in the global market. Startup Amsterdam is a central hub for startups in the region, and it's uh, it's it's it gives firms as well as other key players in the regional and multinational ecosystem. It gives them the necessary push, like I said earlier, to survive in the global market. I would be giving room for the next presenter, who is Kofi.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be talking about the strategy the startup Amsterdam use it. So, like my sister said, they are an innovative program that help to propel people, like to propel these entrepreneurs to stand out from the many that they are going to be choosing, or for the many entrepreneurs in that business, like in this business world. So with their operational strategy, they do talent and diversity. So talent meaning just trying to trying to help people build their skill. So when it comes to talent, everyone has his own talent, but you can have the talent, but you may not be able to work with your talent to stand out, since there are a lot of entrepreneurs in this business world. So this startup program just help these people to develop on their talent, to have a skill that will make them stand out, that will make them different from other people. And when it comes to diversity, the program, although they do most of them, like a lot of things goes for the women, since when it comes to this world, there are a lot of times women barely do some work, but it's a diverse thing, so everyone can join. Men, women, men, like yeah, a lot of gender in this world right now. So it's diverse. It's something for almost everyone. If only you can join. If only you have something that you are doing. You have something that you are putting out to give to the people. So you have to get your skill. So they'll just help you develop the skill, and that's it out there already. And they use this new technology, like new tech, everything. They are bringing in robots to help people, since it's already something that is said that it's going to get to that time that people are not really going to work. It's going to be everything is going to be computer based and those kind of things. So that they've started bringing in these robots, like for people to get to know how to use this AI technology and everything. And it's also going to cut down redundancies and eliminate monotonous tasks. When it comes to their market development strategy too, they help these startups secure the right and efficient connections. That's these businesses, these small businesses, like these people who are bringing in their business, help you secure people, like get that connection that will make your business propel, like that will make your ideas known to other people. Excuse me. For people to also build on your ideas or to buy your ideas to make it something large for yourself and money. And they also develop creative and innovative districts. That's through their agenda they encourage for the local business. That's like the businesses that are not really there, like they are not really known. So like those ones, those that are starting, they will just help you, put you there, get you to the right people to help you do something. So about the external factors, we do not really influence this program. The model, the Pextel model, is that something that is going to be represented by these external factors, and the
Like,
explanation is the dark. So yeah,
yeah, Kofi wants to briefly touch on that, but anyways, it is what it is. There are some external factors that we could say, do they affect, or do they not affect Startup Amsterdam? Some of those political factors could be stability of the government, the political changes to legislation, global influence. What are those economic factors that could influence or affect Startup Amsterdam? Economic growth, monetary policy, consumer confidence, and like he mentioned, demographic influence, lifestyle factors. And when we're talking about technology, you heard when he said something about being taught how to use AI so that they familiarize themselves on how to use it. And this is international influences, changes in information technology. And then environmental factors could be regulations and restrictions, attitudes of customers. And then legal factors could be taxation policies, enjoyment law, industry regulation, health and safety, and other legal laws. Now, moving on to competitor analysis by Giftianto. Here we go.
So first, I'm Giftianto. So first and foremost, I will define what's a competitor in a business. So, okay, what's a competitor in a business? If somebody is trying to beat you in a race, for example, in a business race, that person is your competitor. And then I'm defining what's a direct competitor. We have a general competitor and a direct competitor. Direct competitors are competitors which cater to the same customers, address the same problem, and provide the same solution as you. For example, is the Toyota and then the BMW. They all supply cars to their customers. Okay. So major competitors of Startup Amsterdam are basically the Silicon Valley. New York Startup Hub has proven to be one of the most sought hubs for startups. This hub has over 7,000 startups in its ecosystem, alongside 100 idea incubators and accelerators. Silicon Valley is also one of the most successful and prominent startup hubs. Silicon Valley Warehouse over 40,000 alongside loads reputable tech companies. London Startup Hub has also earned its recognition as one of the most successful startup hubs. So now I'm defining what's a competitor analysis. And as I was saying, is a process of identifying who your competitors are. So, and in business strategy, we have both long-term and short-term corporate and competitor strategy. So when you say long-term, for example, you having a business, and then I don't know how to explain, but you having a business, you get it, and then there is a long-term competition, and then there is a short-term competition between other people, other companies. So that's what I can say for now. Thank you.
Moving on to the findings, Jimo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rashid Jimo, and I'll be talking on the findings of StartUp Amsterdam.
Yeah.
The criticism of StartUp Amsterdam. The major criticism of StartUp Amsterdam is basically that the opportunities that are being rendered by StartUp Amsterdam are often hampered by a series of activities, some of which emanate from the country's economy. For instance, the Dutch economy is relatively flexible, although a fall in the world economy will still have a strict effect on their economy. Also, their economic recovery rate is slow, and this may tend to negatively impact on startups. For instance, a fall in the economic growth will most likely reduce the availability of fundings for startups, and it may also cause relatively harsh policies to be formed. Policies like increase in taxes of startups, which is not really good. StartUp Amsterdam has one of the best ecosystems in Europe that is very collaborative, supportive, and growth-driven. The program anchored in StartUp Amsterdam are initiated through private and public initiative and are mostly on growth and development opportunities. Thank you.
And moving on to recommendations by Regina.
Okay.
Can you please turn on your video?
Yes, please. Can you see me?
Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Regina Drapia, and I'll be touching on recommendations. So one of the recommendations are to seek national government support in making the economy conducive for local and international startups. That is, the government can change the way businesses work and influence the economy either by passing laws or by changing its own spending or taxes. So therefore, extra government spending or lower taxes can result in more demand in the economy and lead to higher output and employment. And also, a startup hub must possess a business model that is reputable and scalable. With this, it helps improve sustainability. That is, reducing the environmental impact of your business will improve the sustainability of your business. If you are less dependent on natural resources than your competitors and have ways to deal with rising costs due to climate change, your business will have a greater chance of long-term success. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for this wonderful presentation. And that is the end of our presentation.